Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Batman, my favorite character.
Sorry, Hard Master. It's just as well. There is a little bit of Batman in here, but mostly Azrael and Bane.
Yes.
Bring the Bane. All right, kids. Welcome back to another episode of We Are the Night,
The
Batman podcast, and Azrael.
And Azrael.
I am Phil. Joining me, as always, for these Azrael episodes. Oh, now it's the Bird fan club. It is.
Just swooping back into Gotham. Briefly, we aren't in Gotham for very long in this one, are we?
Nope. So yes, kids, we're going to cover Azrael 36 through 39, featuring, like I said, the return of Bane.
The return. A rematch.
That's right.
I guess you could call this a grudge match, right, Phil?
Yeah.
If there was ever a match that could be called a grudge match, it could be this one.
You fire razor sharp batarangs into a guy's chest and then beat him in front of a huge crowd and then throw him in prison. Yeah, I think here's a grudger.
Yeah.
I was thinking because they're talking about the fight from Batman 500, right?
Yes.
That's pretty. That was the first episode we did, right? You and me for this.
I think so.
Yeah. So this is going back, man.
Yeah, this is going back a ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is basically the beginning. Well, the end of Nightfall and the beginning of Night Quest.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was 93.
Yeah.
And this is going ahead to, was this 90?
Hold on, I got it right here. 90. Well, the cover date for the first one, December 97. So
97. So quite a few. Quite a bit of time.
3 to 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah. This was well timed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this was my first time reading these.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes, because I have a bunch of this. I have a lot of this series in the form of the physical floppies, but there's a chunk of issues that I'm missing.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what you think of these. And then there's a lot going on in these.
There's a lot going on here. Absolutely.
All right. Are you ready to dive in?
I'm ready. Yep.
And again, this first issue 36, I believe this was the month, where you got everyone's faces on the covers of the comics. And I thought this Azrael, they did a weird thing where like everyone's face was on the cover for this month. But I thought this Azrael one was one of the better ones.
I love that.
Yeah,
I thought that would look even better with like the foil treatment back then. I know they weren't doing it so much in 97. That had gone by the wayside, but I could totally see it really working well with this image.
Mm-hmm. It's just the flames down there, like by the mountains. Yeah,
so cool. Good old Demetrius working his magic, man. That secret weapon of this series is Demetrius.
Oh yeah, I mean those cows gonna say the colors. Again, the pencils are great, but the colors make that thing.
The colors, absolutely, yeah.
All right, so Azrael number 36 from December 1997. Azrael and Bane. If he screws up this time.
Oh, God.
Writer, of course, Dennis O'Neil. Penciler, Roger Robinson. Inker, James Pascoe. Colorist, Demetrius Bazukis, as you said. Letterer, Ken Brzezinnik. And editor, Chuck Kim. All right, short synopsis that does not do this thing justice. Word reaches Batman that Bane has resurfaced. Although reluctant to do so, Batman gives Azrael his blessing to try to stop Bane. Eager to please Batman, Jean-Paul finds himself conflicted when Sister Lilhy also asks him for his help. In the end, however, he decides to forget about Bane and go with Lilhy to Mexico. I thought you
Or
were
does he?
well, yeah. Well, at the end of
Mm.
this issue makes it look like it, but I thought you were on like a quest to win Batman's approval. What could have knocked you off course?
Superior puss.
Exactly. Well, that and she's actually offering it to him this time, rather than
Oh
just
yeah.
constantly like being like, "Oh, yeah, no thanks, Jean Paul. I've got this gorgeous French dude to hang out with now. Don't worry about it."
Wait, isn't that funny? All of a sudden, when things have gone bad with Luke, she's just like, she's like, oh, Jean Paul.
Yeah, and she doesn't even explain what happened between the two of them. She's just like, "Oh yeah, that's over now."
Well, she plays it off like she's embarrassed and stuff. So
Yeah.
But no, that's so funny. That first scene, and Azrael's like, yeah, I was breaking up this drug deal, taking place in this alley behind my apartment, and then of course he's like, I thought I recognized the first guy hitting Batman. It's like, yeah, it was Harvey Bullock.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, you gave him a concussion. Yeah.
Mm.
And the other guy fractured his jaw.
Yeah,
but
they set up this thing for 6 months to try to get to these drug dealers, and Azrael blew it.
Yeah, but this part here is like some of this dialogue, especially in this scene. Jean Paul says, "I wanted to help, to make you accept me. That's what I always want, and I fail every time. Why is that? Why can't I do something you'll like? It's just..." And then Batman's like, "I don't know." And then Alfred brings up this stuff about Bane and things. "Since you seem to be too busy to give chase, perhaps Azrael." And then Batman's like, "Alfred, no!" And this is big like awkward tension in the Batcave. After the characterization of Bruce in these 4 issues is off to me.
Even like
there's a panel later on that I'm going to bring up. There's a whole page later on in one of these later issues that I'm going to bring up as being just, I can't believe that Denny wrote it.
Oh yeah, even just I thought the Batman characterization's been off in this book for a while. Like the whole thing with Roz and Talia, those issues, I thought Batman was like,
off.
But yeah, definitely here. But it's like he's screaming at Alfred, "No, don't tell him." And then he's like, maybe I could always see the word bubbles. It's like, I can't lose here. Either he'll beat Bane, or Bane will kill him, and then this guy knows secrets will be dead.
Yeah, it's unreal. See how I would have had it been like Batman was off doing something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Alfred or maybe Oracle or somebody says to Jean Paul, "You know what? Batman's gone. You're the only one who's available. Like Nightwing and Robin are both busy. You're the only one who's available to go after Bane. Like, do you think that you can do it? If you can say no if you want, but like time is of the essence, and if somebody doesn't stop him, like he could get this Venom over to Santa Prisca, and all this nasty stuff could happen. Like, you're the only one available. Can you do it?" Instead of having Bruce being all brooding and being like, "Oh, I don't know if you're ready. I don't know."
Or even have Oracle put out the all points bulletin, like, "Oh, we got a Bane sighting. Anyone got this?" And Azrael answers, and they're all like, "No, don't do it." But
anybody but him. Yeah,
he decides he has to make Batman proud or something. Well, again, I mean, Jean Paul didn't have the most. He didn't have the best father.
Well, no,
it was brainwashing him from birth to be an assassin.
Well, yeah, and then his so-called mentor isn't a good mentor either for him. Isn't a good father figure for him either. Bruce is completely terrible for Jean Paul as far as any type of mentor role.
Again, that's
as we'll see later on, as in the page that I'm talking about later on in this few issues from here. I could not believe that I was reading this come out of Batman's mouth. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, this whole scene was bonkers to me. I thought this could have been handled a whole lot differently, and it could have been that Jean-Paul was the only one available to go after Bane, and to me that would have made a lot more sense, because he might not have wanted to, but because he wanted to impress Batman, because he wanted to do the right thing, and because he wanted to stop Bane, he knew Bane was obviously bad news.
Oh yeah.
He just rolled up in his sleeves and did it, despite, you know, having a hard-on for Lilhy. You know, just, you know, he just did it anyway, rather than, oh, I want to do it to impress Batman. You know, Batman's watching over me. He's counting on me. You know, he's watching from the Bat Cave, like while you know, twiddling his fingers while I'm doing this, and he's got his thumb hovered out, and he's going to do a thumbs up or a thumbs down depending on my performance. You know, it's just that I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, no. And like even Alfred, just like, oh, he's beat Bane before. I was like, yeah, I mean, he was a whole separate guy then. I mean, that system was firing in all cylinders. He was basically, you know, horny virgin murder machine at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now he's even more horny murder machine, because the object of his affections is actually offering herself to him freely and openly, and is ready to go, and he's finally got his chance, and he can't act on it. So if I were Bruce, I'd be like, yeah, just send him in. He's horny and ready to fight.
Oh my.
Yeah, just he'll knock Bane out and be back on that plane to Mexico in 24 hours. But unfortunately, things didn't take that twist.
Bruce gives Jean-Paul, you know, gives him something on a computer desk. He's like, yeah, study this and call me when you have a plane. He says, yeah, I will tonight. But then Jean-Paul goes home, and Lilhy is there in his apartment when, you know, she hasn't quite seemed to be able to zip up that dress all the way.
Mm-hmm. She's gotten a haircut too. She doesn't have that flowing mane of hair anymore.
But he's asking her, what are you doing here? And but yeah, she says, yeah, she knew where he was because he mailed Brian a postcard. Then she lays a kiss on him.
Yeah.
And
it's no little peck on the cheek either. Like they're making out here.
Oh no, that tongue's playing with them tonsils.
Yeah. And this is a total 180 for her. Like,
well, again, I think it's manipulation on Lily's part. She know, you know.
Yeah.
She's learned by now. She's like, I have a certain effect on men, and a lot of them will do what I want if, you know,
right,
if I appear to be friendly enough.
Yeah.
Because he's like, last time I saw you, you were doing that with Luke, and she was like, well, yeah. She's like, I saw you, but you left before I could speak with you. He says, oh, you're busy. She's like, being busy a fool. She goes, I was a woman in my 20s with the experience of life, less experience of life than the average schoolgirl. She said he was quite knowledgeable, and when he got what he wanted, he left.
Oh my. Yeah.
But yeah, he asked her, well, like, what she's talking about. She goes, some of it is none of your business. I would not have you think me a bigger idiot than I am.
Yeah.
But see, here it is. She goes, he also stole some documents I recovered from the files of the organization we once called Master. So that's the thing. She wants him, like, you know, she's like, oh, I can't, you know, I ain't gonna be able to defeat Luke. So let's go get Jean-Paul.
Yeah. Oh man.
But of course she's like, oh, that's not the only reason I came to see you.
Yeah, it seemed to come out of nowhere.
Well, again, you know, she's doing what she does.
Yeah.
But yeah, she tells him about, you know, she's like, I booked us passage on a flight to Mexico in the morning. Oh, and then she lays the Talia on him. She goes, I shall dream of you, Jean-Paul.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm like, how many chicks are gonna lay this line on him before he
gets
part, you know?
They know that's kryptonite for this man. You're the night herself, and a devil for making me want you. And as we see in the next issue, whatever she did, it worked.
They all know, man. If all you got to say is you're having naughty dreams about him, and yeah, he'll bend over backwards, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But then, meanwhile, in a tiny town on the coast of Florida. Who's ripping up a bar? No, not Lilith Hellfire, kids. It's Bane.
It's a bar on a boat.
Yeah. I love this guy. Because Bane's trying to get this boat. He's asked this guy, "Are you the owner?" Ain't you one of them Mexican wrestlers?
Yeah.
When the guy gets smart with him, Bane just like picks him up by the hand. I think he's like crushing his hand and just like tosses him across the room.
Yeah.
Then the other guy tries to hit him with a baseball bat. He just whips him behind the bar.
He says to the guy that owns the boat, "Show me how to run it, and you live another hour."
But then, of course, yes, I guess word got out about this somehow because Oracle's calling Batman about it.
Yeah, she said the boat owner washed up on a beach an hour ago. Apparently, he displeased Bane. It'll be a closed casket funeral.
Yes, because I guess after he got off the boat, Bane stole a car.
Yeah.
Oh no, he might still. No, I think he's still on the boat.
Yeah, he's on the boat still.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Get a hold of Azrael." And this is the part that made me laugh so hard. As Jean Paul grinning from ear to ear in bed after dreaming about Lily. He says he told Lily that he would dream of her, but he never imagined he'd be having these dreams.
It's the Catwoman thing all over again.
Oh my word. And he's gonna have like a fetish pretty soon for like the color purple, like that shade of purple.
Oh yeah,
with the skin tight and the black hair, and like I can see it. Like that's gonna be a thing for Jean Paul. He's gonna have to.
Maybe that's another thing that Lily did because she was looking very Selena Kyle in this issue.
Yes.
Yeah. The hair, all that.
Yeah. She's like, "Oh, he has a type. All right.
Like, I could be the devil. I could be the devil. I could be the knight.
I could be the knight herself."
I just want to know what's going on because I think in his dream he just hears all things like what?
Yeah.
But yeah, it must have been a hell of a dream because Oracle was trying to call him on his comm gear and his costume and the cell phone and his home phone.
He's busy. That man is busy.
I know he was going full
the hard master.
Yeah, exactly. He's otherwise indisposed.
He was playing with his deck.
Yep.
So yeah, Oracle tells Batman, "I can't get a hold of him," and Bruce is like, "You've done your best, Oracle. I'll be in touch." And then when Alfred asks, he's like, "Yeah, he's vanished," which is just about par for his course. He said, "Kids will lose cannon. Always been unreliable, immature, impulsive. I'm not blaming him. Those St. Dumas maniacs mess with his head before he's even born." But he's like, "Yeah, he's a danger to us, to himself, to everyone he meets. If he screws up this time, I'll have to put him out of business."
Yeah, that too. I'm like, what are you talking about, Bruce?
I'm like,
what are you talking about?
Well, let's see. He's helped bring down the Order of Saint Dumbass, which we've been told was a very powerful evil organization. When you didn't want him to break anyone out of Arkham, he didn't, and the guy he went in there for, he took back.
Right.
He survived Roz and Talia
more than once.
And then he figured out the whole vampire werewolf thing that you couldn't be bothered to go do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff.
So.
Yeah. I'll have to take him out. What are you talking about, Bruce? You're nuts. This man is bonkers in this story. Yeah.
I know. But then we see Jean Paul's at the airport. Here's
getting ready.
Here's the cell phone buzzing in that bag, man. But
he's probably got one of those big bag phones too in 1997.
Well, he goes he goes to the bathroom and he picks up the phone, and Oracle's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "If you hurry, you can catch the 11:45 flight to Tampa St. Pete." He goes, "All right, if I have to." But then Lily shows up and throws her arms around him,
And then he says, "Do I have to?
I love
I
Lily.
don't wanna."
I love Lily. I thought you had forgotten about me. No, I didn't forget about you. I couldn't ever forget.
Never forget. And then another kiss.
Mhm.
Yep.
She says, "We must hurry. The plane to Mexico City is already boarding. Why are you standing
Yeah.
there? Are you not coming?" And he just bows his head. She's like, "Well," and he
Yeah, let's go.
takes her hand. He's like, "Yes, I'm coming." The truest line of this issue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the true title of this issue could have been. Yeah.
Azrael, yes, I'm coming.
Yes, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
this
first time
one
around.
was all right, but I felt like
Again,
this story could have been 3 parts. Like, I
Yeah.
felt like this whole issue was a lot of filler.
Lots of
And
setup.
it could have been lots of setup, lots of unnecessary, weird conversations that could have been truncated down.
A lot of
I
Batman. A lot of Batman. What do you do? What am I going to do with you?
Yeah. Again, the concept that I had, I think, would have worked better for this. Have everybody else be indisposed except for Jean Paul. And Oracle's like, "I'm sorry, I don't want to lean on you for this because I know that this is like not really the ideal situation for you to deal with, but there's no one else available, and you're the closest, so you have to go after Bane."
Yeah, and I mean, I almost feel like they could have ended the series here. It's almost like, well, no, it's like, if Jean Paul, like, you know what, I'm just gonna go with Lily. He hands Bruce the costume back and be like, you know what, I quit, I'm done.
Yeah, that's it. I'm
Especially
done.
after that last conversation with Alfred, Bruce might have been like, okay, good, just never come back. Don't be
Yeah, fine.
stay down in Mexico. Yeah,
The end.
yeah.
But Denny was like, "No, I've got another 60 some odd issues."
Plus a 1 million issue. Yeah.
I've got another 60 odd issues left.
Mm. Or as Lilith calls it, corporate charity.
Exactly.
Yeah, I almost feel like if Jean Paul had been like, "Yeah, I quit," Bruce would have been like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah, he would have been fine with it. Yeah.
All right. So should we get to the next one?
Let's go to the next one. Yeah.
Oh, and this cover's been done in so many different ways since
I know, right?
1992.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh man.
There it is.
All right. So let's see. I think
Wasn't there one where Bane was the one getting the thing?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to remember. Was that?
I can't remember who's.
I think there was one where Jean Paul, when he was in the bat suit, was doing it.
Oh, okay.
I think was it I can't forget if it was one of the covers, the 500, or might have been the one before it or something. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
God, I think there's one where I think Bane's doing it to Robin, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I said, they've done so many versions of that. Because that's the thing. That's his. Bane and Doomsday plot devices created to do what they had to do.
Yeah.
All right. Azrael number 37 from January 1998. Battle with a Bird. Angel and the Bane part 2. Battle with a Bird.
Yeah.
Same team. Oh, no. I was going to say same team, but editor has switched to Archie Goodwin.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Chuck Kim was after the first issue, like, I'm out.
That's it. Well, he was the assistant editor, so maybe it was assistant editor's month.
Filling in or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, kids, and like we said, this cover is an homage to Batman 497.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's what we should do. At some point, just take a break from Azrael or something. Do one, if we can get him, do one episode and just you, me, and Lilith, if we can do this and just cover Batman 497 with Ray.
Oh, yeah, his favorite issue.
I'm sure that. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he'll. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot how happy he was. Like, God, what was that? Like a year or two ago when they did the first series of DC versus Vampires.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like the Elseworlds, but like halfway through when they revealed Nightwing's the king of the vampires, and he punches his fist right through Batman. Oh my God, I sent that to Ray. Ray was all excited. He's like, oh, yes,
this is the best thing ever.
I know. All right. Bane sets his plane in motion and frees his henchman, the deadly bird. And no.
The deadly bird.
Oh no! I think,
Nicely done. Nicely
yeah, I
done.
was gonna say I'm podcasting with the deadly bird. Uh,
It's me, your old pal, the owl. Yeah.
in the At the last minute, Azrael decides against going with Lilhy to Mexico and goes after Bane instead. With Azrael hot on his trail, Bane formulates his new and improved Venom formula. With Bird as his guinea pig, Bane sicks him on Azrael, who, after a vicious battle, defeats the drug-enhanced villain. Bruised and battered, the hero and Nomoz are no match for the calculating and powerful Bane. That's right, kids, because he's not watching TV this time.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome, Lil. All right. Crack this open. Oh my god! So, what do you think of? I mean, again, it's been done by other artists, but the very hairy Bane.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Roger draws a great Bane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he looks excellent in all these. Yeah, and also the close-ups of his eyes in the mask are
Oh
always
yeah.
good. Yeah, they're very. He does a lot with very little with that, because that mask doesn't have a lot to work with, but
Mm.
he uses it very effectively in all those close-ups.
But yeah, because that first scene is when he frees Bird, just punches
Yeah.
through that door and rips it off.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
oh, Bird, nice of you to bust me out. Nah, nice. No, I need you. Still Mr. Charm, huh?
We must hurry. Yeah, and then Lily and John Paul on the plane, and then he has this crisis of conscience.
They're sitting on the plane. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like practically moving at this point.
Yeah, because she's like, you look sad, and he's like, there's this powerful villain, Bane, and he defeated Batman and killed a lot of innocent people. Batman is trusting me to catch him, and instead I'm running off with you. He's like, hell. So then, he just like runs to the back of the plane. I love that stewardess. Sir, you must take your seat. FAA regulations state quite clearly. Give the FAA my apology. Yeah, I guess he just jumps out the door. An ordinary man might have broken an ankle getting out of that jet. You are not an ordinary man. So then he runs for the plane to Florida, like Oracle was telling him. And who's on the plane, Justin?
Yeah.
Nomoz. And again, it's like just like last time. Remember when like Jean Paul found those detective novels? He started talking like a detective.
Yeah, and now Nomoz has been listening to these audio tapes and things, British authors and stuff. So he's talking radio, pit. I'm like, what the hell?
Between those and probably, I think he said the way he says Alfred told him what was going on. So
yeah, pip cheerio, and it only lasts for like half an issue. He only talks like this for like a little bit, and then he starts going back to his original speech patterns. It's so weird.
Yeah, because he says a certain person made me aware, and they suggested I might accompany you and perhaps be of service. And he's like, "Who? Batman? Oracle?" And he's like, "Alfred. It was Alfred Pennyworth, wasn't it?"
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was thinking, I was like, well, how the hell does Alfred know how to get a hold of Nomoz?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I don't know if even Batman would be,
maybe he had Oracle do it.
Yeah, but how? I don't see, I guess maybe he could, but I don't see Nomoz carrying like a phone or anything, or who knows what Nomoz has been up to, but
maybe Bruce had him on surveillance.
Maybe. Yeah, because he was in Gotham, because they were, last time we saw him, he was helping Jean Paul try to bust that guy out of Arkham. So
yeah, I can see Bruce being like, keep an eye on this Nomoz guy, because he's like the last remnant of the Order of Satan dumbass, and who knows where his true allegiances lie. So
hell, it's Batman. He might be like, yeah, I put it on one of those subdermal tags in him like a dog.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Just like you, Jean Paul.
Yeah.
So they're on the plane, and then we see Bane and Bird again at the house of a drug dealer in Florida. Because he says, I have this formula, I want you to mix it. Mm.
And it looks suspiciously like Venom.
I love these. The guy's like, if it can be mixed, what are you talking about? Some kind of drug? And Bane, a very special drug. And I love he's like, the men on the floor are awake and listening, basically, the guy's gang. And
Yeah.
the guy, how would he know? And Bird, because he knows how hard he hit you. He's like, okay, we got a proposition for you. Join up with me and Bane, and we'll probably be rich by the end of the month. That's one choice. The guy, what's the other? Bane, I break you.
I break you.
Welcome aboard. Then Jean-Paul and Nomoz get to their hotel. Jean-Paul calls Oracle. But yeah, she says, yeah, something came up. 5 men broke into a pharmaceutical supply house and stole a bunch of drugs. One fits Bane's description. But then she even says, listen, I know you have issues with Batman, but you probably think you have to go after Bane, but you don't. It's not your problem. You can walk away from it. He says, no, I can't.
Yeah.
He should have been like, yeah, no, I can't. You cock blocked me. So no, I can't.
Yeah, now I'm going to be thinking about this the whole trip to Mexico. Thanks a lot.
If Lily's even going to give me another chance.
Yeah.
So yeah, the chemist whips up the Venom, but Bane says it's improved, different than before, better. And okay, here's another thing. And then Bird says, "You're not planning on using that stuff again. Azrael would never have beaten you if you hadn't been full of it." I was like, "Is it public knowledge that Azrael was the armored Batman?"
I don't think so.
I don't think, yeah, because
I don't think that was revealed.
I mean, Batman and his crew know that, but I'm like, does anyone else?
Yeah.
Anyone else know that?
I don't think so.
I mean, I could see Bane eventually being like, well, they shouldn't have mentioned it here. And then the first time, Jean-Paul gets in front of Bane, Bane should have been like, yeah, because he could read body language, because that's how he figured out Bruce was Batman. He should have been like, oh, you're him. You're the guy who took me down. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Jean-Paul and Nomoz make it to the marina where the boat's at. I love Nomoz. There's the marina. Lady Oracle put us on to old Bean. Jean-Paul, I think I liked you better when you spoke in grunts. And then once again, we get the conversation. He's like, I better put the Azrael mask on, but I don't want to. And, Nomoz is like, why? And he's just like, when I'm wearing this outfit, I'm not Jean-Paul. Jean-Paul dwindles to nothing. Like the dot when you turn off a television. Boy, that's an old reference. I think even in 97, that's kind of an old reference.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's only Azrael and violence and anger. I'm like, didn't last time when you were fighting a parademon, you couldn't shut up?
Yeah. This has been all over the place.
That's what I'm saying. That was my big thing with this series of where Denny it just seemed to go back and forth, whether he was like full rage monster or just I thought maybe they were going to change it after he had to reactivate the system and stuff, but
and also the inconsistency of when is he Azrael? Is it when he has the mask on? Is it when he has the whole costume? Is it
when there's danger? Yeah.
Is it when there's danger around? Is it under extreme circumstances? Like, yeah, it's all over the place.
Because we'll get to it. Even in this story, it seems like he's chattering it up when he's fighting Bane.
Yeah.
But I love how he says, because Nomoz is telling him, you were born what you are. You are what you were born to be. As what you are. Azrael was real. Jean-Paul was false. And he says, I don't want to believe that. I like Jean-Paul. He's gentle, nice. Nomoz, weak and bogus. Put on the mask. And Jean-Paul, I can be grateful for one thing. You've stopped sounding like a refugee from Masterpiece Theater, old bean.
Yeah, I liked that.
But then we see the guards come in, and then he's like, I want to be on Bane's hit list. Then you hear, know that you are filth. I do. I love that panel when he just
yes
in front of the
I think that was my favorite, actually. Know that you are filth.
Those daggers coming out with the flames on them. Yeah. So he takes them down, and then Bird and Bane are watching Bird. Azrael's creaming him, which should become a surprise to exactly nobody at all. Cheap punks ain't exactly A-list talent. So Bane's pulling out that Venom, and then Bird's like, the Venom? Hey, big fella, you're not going to shoot that stuff into yourself, are you? No, into you. And he plunges in the Bird's neck.
I was surprised by that, to be honest with you, because like back during the Nightfall stuff, like his crew were kind of like analogs of the old Doc Samson crew, but they were like those three dudes, Zombie, Trog, and Bird, were like the only guys that Bane really gave a shit about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just thought it was weird that he would go through all this effort to rescue Bird just to try this Venom out. Like, couldn't he try that Venom out on anybody?
I guess, yeah.
And wouldn't he think that Bird, because I mean, Bird's a talented fighter. He's cunning and has all this other stuff. Like, wouldn't he think that Bird would be more useful? Like,
I
as
wonder,
like a second in command rather than like a mindless drug addict. You know what I mean?
Well, I think Bane always believes he doesn't need anybody but himself. But
well, that's true too. But
I just wonder if it's because it's Denny writing. Because again, a lot of the Bane and his henchmen stuff back during Nightfall was like Chuck Dixon,
Chuck Dixon,
Doug
exactly.
Mann.
Yeah. That's probably a lot to do with it, exactly. But it just seems it seems strange to me. It seemed out of character for Bane to do that to Bird. Yeah.
So then,
that's why I said justice for Bird.
Oh yeah,
on my thing, because it just doesn't seem right. It just doesn't seem in character.
Because then the Azrael and Nomoz see the juiced up Bird coming out.
Going crazy. Yeah.
Then Nomoz slipping back. He was like, I was expecting someone beefier or more numerous. If you catch my drift, you'll make short rations of that skinny blade, or I'll warn. And Azrael, don't be a fool. And Bane just like backhands him across the pier. You want more? I'll rip your guts out. Rip them out here. So Azrael tries to attack him. He keeps throwing him off. Nomoz, what is wrong? You are Azrael. Win the fight. So Bane's watching, saying good, but Bird gets a couple shots, and then Azrael blocks him and says, "My turn."
My turn.
See that green venom coming out of him?
It's like dripping out of his mouth. Yeah, he's like frothing at the mouth like he's rabid. Yeah.
But then Nomoz is like, "You're injured." Jean Paul feels like he maybe feels like he cracked some ribs. He hit as hard as Bane, and Bane was up. No one hits as hard as Bane. Nomoz, who's usually like, just win the fight, kill him or whatever. He's just like, do not test him. If you do, he will win. You are hurt. Jean Paul's like, I don't think he's gonna give me a choice.
Yeah.
He's like, I beat you once, I can do it again. Bane, can you? Then try, little man.
Little man.
Kicks him in the head. Ribs were cracked, now more cracked. Now crunched.
Yeah.
Then Nomoz tries to wow.
He gets knocked out.
He's backhanded.
Yeah.
Fist.
Yeah.
So then Bane just picks up Azrael by the neck. You could beat me, little man. Now I end it.
Yeah. Cliffhanger ending.
So what you think?
I liked this one for the most part, except for, like I said, the weird characterization with Bane.
Yeah.
And Bird. I didn't like that aspect of it. I thought that was against the character that I had known before this.
Yeah, again, I guess maybe it's a Denny thing, but maybe it's just like too. It's like maybe it's just like, oh yeah, those three guys kind of like were enabling me when I was taking the be a drug addict, when I was taking the Venom, maybe.
Yeah. And it makes sense that in the grander scheme of things, like everybody else is expendable to Bane.
Oh yeah.
But I thought for the purposes of this story of trying out this new batch of Venom, it didn't make sense to go through all that effort to bust Bird out just to try that out on him when he could have done that to anybody else.
So I think he just busted Bird out because he had connections with this drug dealer, I guess.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Because again, it seemed like Bane already had the formula, so I think
Yeah. He just needed somebody to synthesize it for him, which is what
Yeah.
they got this doctor to do. But
because again, because that's what we didn't even say. Bane was like, he was kind of like Bane kind of knew what he was doing, mixing up Venom. Like he had like,
Mhm.
studied in
Yeah.
jail, but I guess this drug dealer knew some like fancy techniques that Bane had never had a chance to learn. So.
Right. Right. But I enjoyed all the action sequences. Those are my favorite part of this
Oh
issue.
yeah,
The fight when he goes, "Know that you are all filth." I loved that. That's my favorite Azrael right there. Is that type of stuff
oh yeah,
when he's like, just he's got the big gloves out and the flaming blades are flying around. He's just kicking people in the face and kicking ass all over the place. Know that you are filth. It's perfect. I love it. That I want more of that. I want to see more of that and less of this other stuff.
All right, ready for the next one?
Yes.
Oh man,
Here's another fight.
oh yeah. Oh. Simple cover, but to the point.
Yeah.
Just that giant fist. All right. Azrael number 38 from February 1998. Angel and the Bane part 3. The Meeting. Get the same team here. Azrael continues to fight Bane until he and Nomoz are captured and brought aboard Bane's ship en route to Santa Prisca. While captive, Azrael and Bane, it says Azrael and Bane, but I think it's Azrael and Nomoz are injected with the new Venom formula, which enables them to escape, but also may addict them as well. With proof of the new Venom's strength in Azrael, Bane shows him off to his potential buyers who see the effects firsthand. All right. Because, this one opens up. We kind of see the end of the last issue where Bane just knocks them both out and drags everyone to the boat.
Yeah, it's
Including
over so fast. Yeah.
He's dragging Bird by the hair.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's got them all chained up in the boat and he's injecting them with the venom. And then Bird starts freaking out because he's going through sudden withdrawal symptoms from this nasty new batch of venom that's been concocted. And
don't make me kill. Yeah, come get it.
Yeah. Give me the damn venom.
Because he breaks free and lunges at Bane, but Bane just like knocks him around. He's like, please, you gotta give it to me, please. I'm your friend. No. Yeah, because right before that he injected Jean-Paul, and then he's like, soon that will be you.
Soon that will be you. And then he injects Nomoz with it. I was like, wow.
Well, yeah, because Nomoz kind of like sets him up. He's just because he says Azrael's weak, you are weak, I am not. He's like, no,
we will see.
Yeah, because right after he injects Jean-Paul, he's like, what is this gonna kill me? He's like, kill you? He's like, no, that'd be revenge.
That'd be too easy. Yeah. He wants to make him suffer.
Wants to enslave him.
Yeah. That's the way. That's the Bane way. Make him suffer first.
So yeah, later they're Jean-Paul's trying to break free, but they're like birds just laying on the floor like catatonic.
Yeah. Just in a panic state.
But yeah, Nomoz asked Jean-Paul how he is. He's like, it's like hunger, but not for food, not in my belly. It's like every cell in my body wants something. It's not bad, but it's getting stronger. And then he asked Nomoz, and then he asked him, he's like, answer me this. Why are you here? Why did you follow me? Why are you risking your life? And Nomoz says, we were created to serve Azraels. My kind has no other reason for existing. You are the only Azrael left. I serve you. Jean-Paul, don't you resent that, being nothing more than a servant? I do not resent the air I breathe. Jean-Paul,
maybe you should. Yeah.
And then later, Jean-Paul's like, that hunger I mentioned getting worse.
Yeah. So Bane gives them both another dose.
Yeah, because he says, you want more? And Azrael's like, I don't want to. And he says, you will soon. And then, Nomoz basically yells at Bane again, so he checks him again.
Yeah.
And then later, Jean-Paul, the hunger bad, now fierce. I wonder how he felt Batman. He was addicted to Venom. He beat it. How was it for him? Easy? Probably. He's Batman. No, it wasn't. He locked himself in the cave for a month. He told Alfred,
Yeah.
do not open this cave. I have enough food down there. He's like, leave me down there for a month.
Yeah, it was the opposite of easy.
Oh, yeah.
But then we find Nomoz says the drug increases strength in humans. I have some human in me.
Some human, yeah.
Yeah, and it was enough.
Because he breaks free. Although shouldn't it be the same effect on Jean-Paul because he's like part ape?
Yeah, I know. Maybe the monkey gland stuff like canceled out some of this. Who knows?
Because again, I think Jean-Paul kind of shakes it off. I mean, again, he'll go through some withdrawals, but he kind of shakes it off pretty quick. So I wonder if that's the ape gene. Sorry, Russell.
Yeah, that could be part of it. The system filtering it out for him. Maybe he peed it all out. He'd bright green pee the next morning.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh,
It's the system at work.
too much Mountain Dew, eh, Lo?
Yes. So then there's another battle. Azrael and Nomoz storm the cabin where Bane is. Take the fight right to him. But there's a storm actually happening at the same time while they're traveling on the high seas. And because the fight, nobody's piloting the boat while they're fighting, and they crash on the rocks.
Yep, and then
I love that full page panel of the ship crashing and diving off it. It's great.
But then Azrael can't. First tells Nomoz to swim for short, and he can't see Nomoz. But there's Bane. But yes, the Bane's like, if we stay here, the storm will destroy us. I will meet you at the top of the cliff. So they climb, and Azrael just saying, I can't fail again. I won't. Because he's like Bane's insane climbing the cliff in the middle of a hurricane, but he's like, I promised I'll bring him back for Batman.
And he's like, I can be even more insane.
So they climb, and then miraculously, when they get to the top, hey, the storm's passed.
Hey, how about that?
And then Bane, where were we before the boat crash? I was taking you back to Gotham City. That hasn't changed. If I have to destroy you to do it, I will. Bane's got a little gang. Before you destroy me, you must destroy these men. He tells them to attack, and of course, Azrael could have went through them, easily.
Even without the venom, but
now he's rocking that venom,
yeah, he just lays them out, and it was all a test. Yeah,
and then because first Bane gets Azrael in the net, then he puts him in this cage over this cliff because he's trying to sell the venom, I guess, to this general.
Yes, the general wants to make his own army of venom addicted super soldiers.
But yeah, the general's like, from what you told me, this drug is all you say it is. 6 men in 5. He took down 6 men in 5 seconds. Very good.
Yeah.
As for your other claim that the drug will ensure loyalty, in less than an hour, Azrael will beg for a dose. In less than 2, he will be screaming. What is it? There was, I think, was there a certain point in this? Oh, maybe it's the next issue, but I know I thought at one point he tells the general, he's like heroin, cocaine, alcohol. He's like, these are chewing gum compared to venom.
Yes, I think it's in the next issue he mentions this. Yeah.
But yeah, he's hanging Azrael over the cliff where he dove for freedom originally.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's telling Jean-Paul, he's like, you won't die. You will not die. You will instead do anything I command. And the last panel of the issue is just Azrael with those bars go, no, I won't.
No, I won't.
So here we go,
That's
kids.
Right.
Issue 38, a literal cliffhanger.
Yeah. It's not often that you can say that, but in this case, it's true.
He's literally dangling off a cliff.
Yeah.
All right, so what you think, Justin?
I liked this one. Yeah, I was surprised by the injection of Venom into Jean-Paul and Nomoz. I thought that was interesting that Bane decided to do that. And him forging an alliance with this general to make, like I mentioned, an army of venom-addicted super soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought, well, that definitely makes sense for Bane to want to do that. And good to go back to the place that was essentially his birthplace, his home, the place that he was created, in all senses of the term.
Oh yeah, that is such a comic book trope, kids. It's like, yeah, if you have something that can make like super soldiers, there's gonna be someone on Earth who will pay you for it.
Oh, absolutely, a lot of money.
Oh hell, there's probably people in the real world who pay for those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
All right, should we get to the last one?
Yes, the thrilling conclusion.
Conclusion. That's right. Yeah, look at that cover.
Yeah, I love that one.
Look, he's helping him shave his armpits.
just a trim. Just a
Can
light
you
trim.
imagine if he like swiped at Bane and like he didn't actually make contact, but he set that hair on fire, like
Oh man,
hair all over his arms
yeah.
and stuff and shoulders. Yeah.
Ouch.
All right, Azrael number 39 from March 1998. Angel and the Bane finale, finally to vanquish. Same team. Kidnapped by Bane and used as his test subject for the new Venom formula, Azrael manages to escape, taking Nomoz with him into the woods where he breaks his addiction over the night. After regaining strength, Azrael goes back to defeat Bane, not just by brute force, but this time through skill and smarts. Smarts. What if I just use that to describe this character?
First time for everything.
But again, yeah, they say like he shakes the addiction in over by the next morning. So it's like, yeah, I think that's his monkey glance.
Yeah. Yeah, it must be. It must be because nobody else would have been able to do that.
And two, like Nomoz said, kind of shook it off because he said he's only partially human. So
right. Yeah, he's like a dwarf, something or other. So yeah.
So open up. Azrael's still in the cage, but it says he's been in the cage a day without food, without water,
and probably without sleep because he's in a cage suspended over the ocean.
But it says, but above all, without venom. So yeah, so he's already he's basically going cold turkey
Jones
anyway.
for
So
it.
yeah. Oh yeah, here it is, the second page. Yeah, when the general asks, "Is this drug, this venom, is it that addictive? Crack, heroin, cocaine, alcohol. These are like chewing gum compared to venom."
Yeah.
But then the doctor, as Bane's introducing him to the doctor, he says, "In his bag, he has several days' supply of what you crave. It can be yours if you perform one small task," because they fished Nomoz out of the ocean.
Yeah. He wants him to kill him before he can give him another dose of venom.
He's like, "You can have a day's worth of venom. Just kill Nomoz." And Azrael goes, "Yes." He goes, "I'm sorry, Nomoz. I'll do what I must." But then he just starts attacking Bane's men.
Yeah.
Whips one at Bane.
Throws it in, knocks another guy out, and then grabs Nomoz. And I love this part, Phil. He just takes him and jumps straight off the cliff.
Yes, he grabs the bag also and the Nomoz.
Yes, with the venom. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, because even Bane's like, "Do not be a fool, Azrael. The cliff is hundreds of feet straight down. You cannot possibly." Yeah, he jumps up, survive the fall. I love one of the soldiers standing there. Bane goes, "You let him escape. It was not my fault." And Bane just like smacks him across the cliff.
Yeah, he hits him and immediately kills him with one punch.
And then he tells the other guy, "Bring them to me, dead or alive, or by morning you will all be like him."
Yeah, points to his desiccated corpse over in the corner.
But then, we see Azrael and Nomoz are getting out of the ocean, and Azrael's saying, the armored costume helped cushion the landing. But yeah, the Nomoz is saying it's going to be dark soon. They'll find their way off the island at dawn.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think John Paul's thinking about using the venom in it.
Yeah, he's suffering some major withdrawal symptoms. Dude is not having a good time.
And Nomoz like an Azrael who is a slave is an abomination.
Well, he didn't really ask for it in the first place.
No. But I guess Nomoz is saying you got a choice this time.
That's true. That's true.
So yeah, they just that night, Azrael just huddled by the fire.
Yeah, he's got to work through it. Yeah, it's probably one of the worst nights of his life, if not the worst.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
Because again, they're giving you a description and they show it's Batman telling Alfred what it's like.
Yes, there's a voiceover. It's a close up on his face and then his eye.
Yeah, because he's basically telling him all the physical symptoms, and then he's like, "You curse your mother and father and the whole of humanity, and still it does not end."
Oh, and this is the page I was talking about earlier in the episode, Phil. So we've got some dialogue here that is truly atrocious coming up here for Bruce. He says on this page, "Dumb kid. Why doesn't he just give up the idea of being a hero?" And then Alfred says, "Regretting sending him after Bane?" And then Bruce says, "Hey, it was your idea." And Alfred says, "Yes, and my conscience is deeply troubled. Yes, very deeply." I couldn't believe I was reading this.
Oh, from Alfred.
From both of them.
Yeah, I know.
From Bruce saying, "Dumb kid, why doesn't he give up the idea?" And then saying to Alfred, "Hey, it was your idea," like a 12-year-old kid. Oh man, I just couldn't believe I was reading this.
I think the Batman dialogue is clumsy, but I don't know if it's Denny's way of saying, why doesn't he give up? I don't want his death on my conscience, maybe.
I guess, but
yeah, I know. But like I said, the dialogue is clumsy. I think
it's bad. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Bruce in these few issues.
And again, I don't like that Alfred dialogue, but I almost think that's Alfred's way of saying, you know what, he has the skills. He needs a direction in life, at least for this moment. So
yeah. Personally, I thought that they had a great idea sending him over into that burrow where he encountered the vampire and the werewolf and all that, like that type of stuff.
That's why I thought
a recipe for success for Jean Paul.
Because that's when I originally read this, when they first came out, I thought that's what they were going to do, keep him there for a while, but we don't go back there.
Yes, that's just foolishness.
Unless there was just that one arc, and Denny was like, "Yeah, I don't like this," but
yeah,
why not? Again, he found the vampire, the werewolf. I mean, the parademon found him there. It's like, why not?
Right.
And he can travel out of town when he needs to, but it's
like, And I've said this before on the show. I feel like in some respects, Azrael is DC's Moon Knight.
Yeah.
And that would have been the perfect opportunity to make him DC's Moon Knight. He could be in his own little burrow with all this supernatural weird shit happening all the time, and he's the only one that's dealing with it. He doesn't have to have Batman looming over him the whole time, breathing in his ear, being like, "Are you doing the right thing, Jean Paul? Are you doing the right thing?" Like, he trusts him to take care of all this supernatural, bizarre, weird stuff that he doesn't have time for or that he doesn't want to deal with.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been a great direction for this series.
Yeah, you could have mixed it up. You could have done, you could have done like, supernatural threats, or like say there's like a mob in the town and he's like trying to break up the mob and stuff, and they're like, okay, we got a superhero in town. We need to start like shipping in super villains or whatever.
Right.
To kill them. Yeah.
Yes, assassins and things. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I thought they were going to go, but they never, well, again, I don't know if it's just because there's a bunch of Batman, big crossover events
right after
up,
this.
so
we've got Cataclysm coming right up after this. So I wonder if that's what it was, Phil, is that they had plans to do something like that.
Yeah.
And then the larger editors were like, "No, we're just gonna bust up Gotham in a few months, so don't get him separated from the rest of the crew, because they all need to be working together from here on out a lot more closely."
Cataclysm, then No Man's Land. Yeah.
Maybe the timing was just off for that direction, but I would have liked to have seen it personally.
Like I said, I like a lot of those big events, but sometimes I think it hurts some characters. Like I think Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
As is the case with Moon Knight. Every
Mhm.
time that they've involved Moon Knight in a big event, for the most part, it's been garbage. Doesn't work. He doesn't work in those big events. He just doesn't.
Exactly.
I'll stand true to that opinion.
But I think we need to run that opinion by the expert. Azrael is DC's Moon Knight. What?
Let's see what he thinks. Yeah.
Probably be happy it was not Batman.
Yeah.
What the F?
Uh,
Into the Dark Knight, all to do with Batman.
that's right.
Then we back on the island. Jean Paul's just looking at that syringe full of venom, but then he breaks off, puts it in the ground, and breaks off the needle. He's
Yeah.
gone,
that's
no
it.
more. Either
No
I'll
more.
live through the night or I won't.
Good for you, Jean Paul.
Then he's like
Proud of you.
he's basically just shaking and making noise. And Nomoz, Azrael does not whimper.
Yeah, shut up, dude. When's the last time you had to go through friggin' withdrawals? Shut the hell up.
I know. And then Azrael's just saying father, and he says, "You pray to your dead parent." No, I curse him, but it isn't him I should be cursing. It's Bane.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then
Yeah,
the troops find them, but then Azrael, of course, is just going right through them.
Yeah. No challenge whatsoever.
But then they get this little boat, and there's an island 60 miles to the north, but Nomoz is like, this small craft does not have enough fuel for even such a short journey. And then Jean Paul, we got plenty of gas. Look, there's like a tanker going by.
Yeah, they find a big old oil tanker.
But then so he's basically just trying to wave down the boat, and then he's like, no, we'll be rescued, pick up, and taken someplace where we can get a plane back to the United States. We'll be safe, and Bane will still be free. I said I'd get him. I told Batman I won't let you down again. I promise. And if I fail, it'll prove that I'm as useless as he thinks I am.
Yeah.
Go on, get rescued. So he jumps back in the ocean and swims back. And because climbs back up that cliff and
climbs back up that cliff. Luckily, it wasn't raining and windy like it was the other time.
Exactly.
It's clear and sunny, so at least he has got that working for him this time.
Yeah. Bane's just staring off into the horizon.
Yeah.
But he's but Jean Paul thinking, I had no weapon to use against him, or did I? He's like, hello, Bane. I sensed you were nearby. Jean Paul, nearby and full of venom. You remember how it makes you feel. Powerful, invincible, undefeatable. Remember the feeling? It's more than a feeling, isn't it? It's the reality. I really should thank you for giving me what I need to crush you like the worm you are.
Yes. Yeah. Nobody crushes me. He punches Azrael. Sends him flying too, like 20 feet. I had to give him that first shot. Shakes his confidence. And he says to Bane, that's the best you can do.
He hits him again. And after that second shot, he's like, I've got to confess, I'm disappointed. I expected the great Bane to give me some kind of challenge.
Yeah.
I love he leaps over him and just comes down on the back of his neck
with his feet, kick him right in the nerve center, and then kick him square in the back.
I'm tired of warming up, Bane. When you're ready to fight, let me know. I'll try to be easy on you. After all, it isn't fair. Me full of venom and you full of something else.
Full of something else. Yeah. Almost a joke Nightwing would be proud.
He's like, trying to punch him in the stomach. He's like hitting a sack full of cement.
Even with those big gloves on.
I know.
As your American president says, I can feel your pain. I enjoy it.
98, your American president. I can feel your pain. I was waiting for him to say, as your American president says, I didn't inhale. We're arguing the definition of intercourse.
Yeah. I did not have
sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah.
That dress speaks otherwise, sir.
That cigar speaks otherwise, sir.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Mm. But yeah, Bane's just like hitting him. Not so boastful now, Azrael. And Azrael's like, if he hits solidly again, I'm finished. So
Yeah.
Jean Paul hits him. So yeah, so basically, I mean, he's talking through this fight. So I'm like, where the hell's the system?
Yeah, exactly. He's not the strong, silent, brooding Azrael. This is Jean Paul here.
Yeah.
This is Jean Paul who's talking right now.
Again, if we hadn't been doing this for months already, I'd almost be like, oh, maybe the Venom threw it out of whack for a while, the system.
Right. Yeah.
Mm,
It's so inconsistent, right? Yeah.
mm.
But then he says, no, you're not interested in this. And he shows the bag of Venom.
Yeah.
He says, remember how it happens, Bane. The power ripping through your body. The knowledge that you can't be conquered. That godlike knowledge. But you can be conquered, can't you? And he punches him.
Yep.
Anytime I'm tired of playing with you, I can beat you silly.
Kicks him in the face.
And then I love this too, Phil. He takes Bane right off the cliff face.
Well, yeah, well, he whips the bag over Bane's head, and when Bane turns to look, he tackles him off the cliff.
Tackles him right off the cliff. I love it.
So they hit the water. Azrael climbs out, and then we see Bane rising up. He rose like some primordial sea beast.
Sea beast.
And then we get that splash page with darkness rushing in on me. I reached deep within myself and found the strength and the will to vanquish him. Man, gives him that last punch.
Yeah, that is perfection. I love that page.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is magnificent.
So yeah, he's telling Nomoz, he's like, finally to vanquish him. I don't recall how I got here, Nomoz. I dragged you both.
I dragged you, both of you. Yeah.
But yeah, we got to get him off Santa Prisca. Somehow keep him subdued. And Nomoz says, I will tend to that. How? You do not want to know.
Yeah. Smuggle him out in his prison purse.
Oh, my. Wait, we're going to smuggle Bane. Oh, God, I don't know. We have break prison Bane out.
It's in his prison purse.
You don't know the mysteries of dwarf physiology.
I think the pants come off next.
But yeah, no, but Jean Paul's not happy because he's like, what's important is I psyched him out. I won with intelligence, not brute strength alone.
I won as Jean Paul, not as Azrael. There's a victory over both Bane and myself, a victory that has made me whole. Yeah. I really enjoyed this issue. I thought it was a good conclusion. But again, the characterization of Jean Paul / Azrael is just all over the place, and it makes it kind of hard to follow sometimes. I will say that.
And I mean, isn't it? I mean, haven't we been doing this for months now? Or like at the end of a lot of these stories, he's like, "Oh, yeah, finally, I've integrated both sides of myself."
Yeah.
But then next month, it seems like we keep going back to the same old, same old.
Yeah, this is what, issue 39. Like, how long have we been doing this? Like,
I mean, at least since Paul was Saint Dumbass.
Yeah, hasn't he figured out what he is yet? Like, I don't know, man. But I really enjoyed the fight between him and Bane. That he used his smarts, used his wits and cunning to defeat Bane rather than just wading in. He could have gotten the flaming blades out and slashed him up like we saw on the cover, but instead he taunted him and he got him riled up and got him distracted.
Got him doubting himself. Be like, hey, this Venom kid, again, he's a recovering addict. He's like, hey, kid,
right. He got him shook, and then he hurled the bag of Venom over the cliff.
Yeah.
And that was the opening he needed to take that sucker right down to the ground. And he did. And yeah, that was a great finish. Just all of it. The art, the script. The only thing, I feel like that whole page with Batman and Alfred could be taken out of this issue. I hated that.
Yeah.
I thought all that stuff sucked. I feel like that whole page could have been removed and been put another glorious full page spread of Azrael and Bane duking it out and fighting instead of that awful dialogue with Alfred and Batman.
Like I said, like that dialogue was clumsy and horrible, but I like the idea of what Denny was trying to do, or where it's like, yeah, Batman's gone through this. So it was the like you said, the voiceover of Batman just explaining what Jean Paul's going through.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that part's fine, but
yeah,
the stuff that came after it, just talking about dumb kid. Why doesn't he give up trying to be a hero? Like, what are you talking about? This is nuts.
mhm.
Yeah, but the rest of it was great. I loved the rematch between Jean Paul and Bane. I thought it was well done for the most part. I had problems with big chunks of it, but
Oh, me too.
for the most part, I thought it was successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe, I mean, like, I'm assuming that like the descriptions of like addiction and stuff are kind of realistic, because I think
Yes.
Kenny was a recovering alcoholic, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think he helped a couple of fellow creators, writers, and artists
Yeah.
with their problems as well from his experience with it. There were a few people who mentioned that he offered words of wisdom and actions as well that made a big impact in their lives and helped them with their personal struggles with it. So yeah, it's
Because I
huge.
always wondered if this story was kind of more personal for him, because
Mhm.
talking about addiction and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, when I first read Venom, I immediately,
Oh,
that was my thought that it immediately went to, was that it was coming from a very personal place. And that's really important when you have a writer that's willing to share those deepest, darker places of their own psyche and their own life experience, what they've had to deal with in their past or in their present. Some of them could be still struggling with it as they're creating.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's huge. It adds another whole dynamic to the medium, to the creation, whatever it is.
But yes, kids, Lilith and I did cover that Venom storyline way back. I had
I was going to ask what episode that was. I know you did it once, didn't you?
episode 18.
Oh wow!
Over 200 episodes ago, kids.
Oh my word!
Mm-hmm.
We should revisit that at some point.
Oh yeah,
It's been a
definitely.
dog's age since I read that. I would
Yeah,
love to
no,
read
I'm
that
always
again.
down for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I looked it up on YouTube. Yeah, kids, it was such a long time ago. Lilith Hellfire was on camera.
Back in the day. And another one I was thinking about Venom too, and who else used Venom. We should cover that bonkers issue where the Riddler got all hopped up on Venom and beat
Oh
the shit out
yeah,
of Batman.
that's like the very beginning of Night, or it's either the very beginning of Nightfall or right before it. Yeah,
It's right before it.
yeah, because that's the thing. Unlike one of his men, yeah, Bane was juiced up Riddler. Yeah.
The Riddler.
Uh-huh.
I was laughing my ass off through that issue.
Just a
And I know that I shouldn't have been, but the whole concept,
hard.
the whole concept, I was like, I can't believe I'm reading this. The Riddler's beat the shit out of
I know, just bulky in that green leotard.
the muscles ripping through that bright green outfit. Oh my god. Yeah, we gotta cover that one. I would love
yeah,
it. Yeah.
definitely.
Add that to the list.
All right. All right, kids. Well, again, this was the last episode of February. Again, you got 2 Azraels this month because
That's right. Bonus.
on burn. Yep.
Yep.
But in March, yeah, Lilith and I are gonna do 3 episodes. I believe those are all Mad Hatters. Batman 378 and 379, Detective Comics 758 through 760, and Detective Comics 787 and 800. And then in a month, Justin will be back and we will talk Azrael 40 through 42, which I believe is Cataclysm.
I think
At
you're
least
right.
the start of it. Yeah.
I think you're right.
And again, if any of you are reading along on DC Universe Infinite, issue 40 is on there, but then there's a gap. It goes to 40 and then it doesn't come back till issue 50. So
yeah,
41 through 49 are not on the app, at least as of this recording. So,
and there's one issue coming up too that you got for me as a gift because I didn't have it.
Yeah,
and it's unique. It's like a flip book
yeah,
with Shadow the Bat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another one that's coming up soon.
Oh, wait, that's right. Yeah, I was gonna say because there was it came up during the Green Lantern podcast with me and Will.
Did they do that too? The flip book thing?
They
Green
did a
Lantern?
flip book during New 52 with like Green Lantern and Red Lanterns, but
Oh.
and
Yeah.
like they didn't put it in both places. They just put it in the Green Lantern series. They didn't put it in the Red Lantern series, like the issue 27 or something. It's like missing because it's like the flip book. They have it with the Green Lantern.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's so weird. I was trying to see if they did that, or if maybe they put Azrael. I think it's 47 or something. Nope. They just put the Shadow of the Bat issue there. They didn't include, even though Azrael's on the cover of it. Jeez.
Right. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's so strange. Yeah.
So yeah, kids, if you are reading along on the app, yes, 41 through 49 is not on the app as of this recording.
Yeah, there's a bit of a gap.
Not quite infinite.
Yeah. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so again, but then after you get to 50, I think the rest of the series is on there. So again, I'm always like, why do they do that? But unless they don't have a good scannable copy or something. But
maybe, or
again, put the word out. Maybe like, hey kids, if you give us a scannable copy of such and such issues, get like a month or two free of DC Universe Infinite or something. Something.
Well, I wonder if it's because it's all like coming up. It's all Cataclysm and No Man's Land stuff, and I wonder if there's already a collection of those that
maybe. But then I would think that would make it easier to have like scannable copy.
Right? Yeah, I don't know.
Because if you don't have the original issues, you could probably scan it out of the collection or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm confused too, but I've got the floppies anyway. And thanks to you, I have the one that I was missing, which was that flip book. So
I was gonna say
I'm good to go.
Yeah. So for next couple episodes, kids, we're probably gonna be reading some floppies. So
yeah.
All right. So yeah. So send us your thoughts on this episode, on these issues, the upcoming stuff. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, check out the new website with all the episodes we've ever done. That Venom episode is there, kids. CapesLunatics.wordpress.com. Just like YouTube, everything has its own little, I don't know, playlist, but its own little, each show has its own list. So you can always search that way. And of course, help support us by merch on Teespring or TeePublic and Spring. Getting that confused. All right. And of course, again, the best way, if you want to get broken like a hung 25-year-old, or if you don't want to get broken like a hung 25-year-old, Ray ran the money on us through the Cash App link because keep mama happy.
Make it rain.
Oh, the new Patreon episode went up for January, Justin.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
I don't know if you're going to get the secrets you wanted, but kids, if you want to know, and I'm using her own words, if you want to know what Lilith Hellfire wants to do with the mouths of big titty goth girls, tune into the January episode. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
You're not going to guess. I will tell you now. You will not guess what's. Oh God.
Oh, okay.
Something's coming up.
I will be listening to that this week.
And speaking of doing things to people's mouths, in February, we're going to be covering the AVN Awards again, just like we did last year. What a little interest. And this time we're going to try to have more, visuals, I guess.
Yeah.
Good God. Justin, if you want in, you can join us. If you, I always feel bad asking you to join us for Patreon because you are paying for this. Because again, he is the Patreon subscriber.
Oh, I don't care. I always have a fun time on the Patreon ones.
Oh, we did. So her and I were saying, sorry, kids, we're going off script here, but yeah, we were talking that we want to have you on Salty and Petty at least for an episode or two because
definitely
we want to talk. We were talking about we always keep saying we want to talk about 90s stuff and.
Yes.
What it was like being young in the 90s. So
totally. Yeah.
And again, absolutely. I'm thinking a new sub series, it's like only kids of the 90s. Because we are
Latchkey Kids Unite.
No, I figure only kids in the 90s works two ways because all three of us were only children. But two, it's like only kids in the 90s will get this crap we're talking about.
True. That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
We survived on hose water and a dream.
Yes.
Every summer. All right. So yes, and again, so I've teased you enough with that, kid. So yeah, you want more, you want all that, subscribe to the Patreon,
That's right.
patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Again, it's not just comics, man. You'll get you'll get lots of stuff, and it'll probably all
a
be
smorgasbord of entertainment.
and it's all probably gonna be
Oh, that's naughty.
That's right.
it's definitely gonna be
More vicious and
Uncensored.
brutal than ever.
Yes. Uncensored.
uncensored little hellfire kids
That's right.
who can drink and go to the pharmacy and all kinds of stuff. Again, oh God, I can't wait to hear what you think. Her, oh God, the thing with the goth girls. Oh God, it's part of her plan. Oh Lord, I can't wait to hear this plan.
Oh, a plan. Okay.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear this.
Oh, I'm intrigued now.
All right, kid. Oh wait, jump the gun. All right, kids. So yes, you can also find this Justin the Owl here at least once a month on We Are the Night,
The
Batman podcast. Talking Azrael. Sometimes he drops by for other things like another Catwoman May's coming up. Anarchy is coming up.
Anarchy in the summertime.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've got some other stuff on the way.
Oh yeah, review for episode 250. Remember?
Yes,
Uh,
the big one.
yeah. Oh my God, I had to stop everything I was doing Saturday night. Saturday night because I was flipping through the channels. One of the HBO channels had Mask of the Phantasm on again. Not like I've seen it a million times, but I was just like,
yes. And I'll be joining you guys for an animated episode as well.
Oh yeah, 250. Yeah. You can also hear him here on Sidekicks every so often on Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast.
That's right.
And over on Capes and Lunatics, you can hear him every week, either on Marvel Tales, X-Men Classics, or both. Again, lots of big things coming there. And again, returning shows, Energon Universe and One World Under Doom.
That's right.
Again,
returning by popular demand.
That's right. The people demanded it. I know the Energon Universe people demanded it.
Yes, we had a lot of people asking for more of that.
Yes, where we cover all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe stuff from Image. And like I said, One World Under Doom, where we talk all Doctor Doom appearances. So,
yep.
And also, Justin also joins me and Ray every month now on Ultimate Spider Cast for the Scarlet Spider episodes.
Right.
We'll be doing some slingers.
Slingers coming up. I love it.
So yeah, this man has taken over now. Now he does the monthly end of the month on this Batman podcast and the Spider-Man podcast.
That's right.
Dominating. Like Bane. All right, kids. But you think that's enough podcasting for anyone, but no, he must be juiced up on Venom because
that's right.
This Owl also does these shows.
More Venom. Also, green and glowing over at Gamma Charge, the strongest Marvel podcast there is.
A little scared of.
Don't want to get in trouble with Lilith. Russell and I every month talk about one of two shows, either The Immortal Hulk or The Sensational She-Hulk. And we also have a Patreon, so do check that out. And Predator and Prey, we're joined by the aforementioned High Priest of Khonshu, Ray, and Sparky to discuss some classic Dark Horse comics starring Fox's Predator from the 90s. And also from the 90s, on the Lost Library of Legends, my solo podcast dedicated to the lost and undiscovered gems of the comic book world. I'm doing a multiple-part retrospective on a 90s series from the Malibu Ultraverse.
We're going back to the 90s here, bitch.
For several months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't shock the monkey. I'm going to eat this up with a fork and spoon.
Oh my.
I love it. One way to Biscuit Town.
Oh, I have to play this for this episode.
Bird time.
Yes, bird time.
Bird time.
Poor Bird. I wonder what happened to him after this. We've got to look
Oh,
that up.
yeah. Oh, did he survive the boat crash?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whatever happened to him after that.
Because he was pretty catatonic, but then that boat crashed and sunk.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Who
We'll
knows?
have to look that up. Yeah, I don't know if Bane
Yeah.
or a bird ever showed up after that. Well, have to grab Trog and Zombie next time, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. What am I doing? All right. Thank you for joining us, kids. Again, next week, Lilth will be back. We'll talk some Mad Hatter next few weeks. And then in a month, Justin is back. Azrael will be back. And we'll enter
That's right.
Cataclysm.
Things are going to get crazy.
That's right. Yeah. Cataclysm that led into No Man's Land, which was basically like the swan song for like all the 90s creators.
Yeah. They pretty much pieced out after that.
Yeah. They started it. Yeah. All new creative teams. And
Yeah.
I said it's kind of genius, though. They knocked down Gotham. So they're like, yeah, when the new guys come in, they can just put Gotham however they want.
Yeah. See how long that lasts.
All right, kids. Come back next time. Remember, join us same bat time.
Same bat channel.
We are the night.
The
Batman Podcast.
Batman Podcast. And Azrael.
Yes. Friends don't let friends throw Venom off cliff. Good night.